One moment, everybody. Are we live yet? We should be live now. No. There we go. All right. What's up to the YouTube fam? Welcome back from the weekend break. If you're over there, make sure that you say what's up in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button and you share the stream out. If you are a believer in the God of the Bible, if you are deconstructing, or if you are an atheist, the guest box is open. Crystal, I see you in the guest request. Are you in there on accident, love? Hey, Travis. What's up, Dex? A follower of Christ. Can you come up here? I need to talk to a Christian about this question that I have about Satan just saying fuck all this. And how do y'all know he haven't already done that? I can tell I'm gonna have internet issues tonight. I can barely click anything. Aaron Wright, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. Can I get your age for TikTok purposes, please? What's up, Rodney?
31.
Okay. Is there a delay on your end?
No, I'm sorry. I had got distracted from something, but no, it's not a delay. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. And are you a believer in the God of the Bible? Or are you deconstructing, or are you an atheist?
Deconstructing is funny. No, I'm a sold out Christian. I love Jesus.
Oh, wow. Can
Which
you tell me
is
what part of the word deconstructing is funny? I don't want to laugh.
no. I'm not saying that the word deconstructing is funny. One of my friends, he's pretty he runs some rooms on TikTok, and his name is Theologos. He's a Bible scholar, and he just deconstructed. He's no longer a Christian. He's a what do you call it? What do you call the people who are
That's
theists?
funny. I talked to Theo Logos before.
Oh, really?
When he was a Christian, yes.
Yeah, he's completely deconstructed. He's not a Christian anymore. So we were talking today, and he was like, I was talking to him about. Was it today? I think that actually was yesterday. It wasn't today. It was
But
yesterday.
what's funny? What's the funny part? I'm just trying
Well,
to
it was
figure out
funny.
what.
It was just funny because he was like you Christians are like you Christians are like he didn't say you Christians. He said Christians are like stupid, basically. And I was like, Wayne, just because you've deconstructed away from Christianity doesn't make Christians stupid, because you believe that you believe
Okay,
that there are
I'm
atheists.
sorry. I'm bored about that now. I'm sorry. I just thought, yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
I don't know what made you laugh. I'm sorry. I wasn't asking for like a story time. Like I really wanted to know like what made you laugh and me asking that question, and that has nothing to do with it. But so I have a question before we get to the topic. Okay.
let's see.
Yeah. So I have a question. That this question came to my mind this weekend, and I was thinking like in Christian theology, in Christian doctrine, Satan rebelled against your God in heaven, and he got kicked down to earth, and then his job became terrorizing believers, like making people do evil, making people doubt God, making people disbelieve in the God, and then he is like the ruler of hell, right? Is that right? Yeah, is that what you believe as well?
Not necessarily, no.
What do you believe about Satan?
Well, yes, Satan did rebel in heaven. He was cast down to earth, not to hell.
I said earth.
You said he's the ruler of hell.
Yeah, he's the ruler of hell. I didn't say he was cast to hell.
He's not the ruler of hell.
Oh, who rules hell?
God.
So your God is in hell too?
No, God is not in hell.
How does he rule hell from not being there? Like, how does he
because he
enforce?
decides.
Hold on, let me finish asking the question. How will he enforce anything if he's not there?
Say it again.
How will he enforce things if he's not there?
Why does he have to? Why does God have to be in hell to enforce things?
I'm asking, how will he enforce things if he's not there? How will he do it?
Well, I mean, he gets to decide who goes there and who doesn't go there.
Yeah, but while people are there, right? I mean, people are going to be revived in immortal bodies. Um, they could just do what the fuck they want,
I mean,
right?
it's kind of like just a. It's kind of like, I mean, if you want to put it that way, but it's like if I put you in a cage and lock
But who
you in
said
there.
it was going to be a cage in with a lock? It doesn't say that. It just says it's fire. So, like, I mean, if the demons
You
are,
say it again.
if the, who says that there's going to be a cage in a lock? It just
The
says
Bible.
it's a fiery pit.
But
It just
what's
says
a
it's a fiery pit. A pit doesn't necessarily have a cage or a lock. A pit is a hole.
it actually says it's a fiery pit that's completely dark and it's inescapable. It's eternal. It's
It
eternal.
says it's inescapable.
Yeah,
What scripture says it's
like
inescapable?
by context, it's
No,
inescapable.
that's not. It doesn't say that by context. So again, right? You're in this fiery dark pit, right? I mean, who the fuck says that you can't come out? Like demons come out, right? Demons roam the earth now, right? Like, I mean, they have more freedom than the angels do. So, like, if Satan is like not the manager of hell, your God is, but your God isn't in hell. I'm just asking, like, how will he enforce his rules that he put around hell if he isn't there? That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I think your question you're asking about how will God enforce rules if He's not there, um, is assuming that He has to be there to enforce the rules, and I'm just clarifying for you, offering you some clarity that
I did
that
not assume. I am asking you for
I know.
the
I know.
mechanics of it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not assuming. I'm asking you the mechanics of it, right? Because if I was, well, I am the CEO of a company. So I'm not always where my employees are, right? As a matter of fact, my employees work from home. And so if I need to enforce a rule, right, then I have to be in touch with them, right? I have to call them. I have to schedule Zoom meetings, right? And if I can't be there, then somebody else has to do it in my stead, right? So I'm asking, like, logically, help my mortal mind, right? How will your God enforce his rules around hell when he's not there? That's all I'm asking. And I get it. You say he doesn't have to be there to do it. So I'm asking you for the mechanics of it.
I understand what you're saying. So my answer would be He enforces His rules the same way He enforces them on earth through His divine judgments. So God created the world, but God is not on the earth right now, yet He still is in charge of the earth, because He's sovereign over all places, because He's God. He's the creator of all things. Therefore, hence, being that He's the creator, all things have to follow the pattern in which He placed them in, just like the earth does. So that
So,
would be the answer to your question.
yeah. So, and are you saying that man has never fucked with your God's rules?
No,
Man has never fucked with your God's rules.
no.
So, when your God set a rule that humans couldn't fly, right? Humans were to be on the ground, and men created airplanes, and now humans can fly from one place to the next. They've never fucked with your God's rules.
Yeah, I'm not understanding how this parallels to hell.
No, it parallels to your God's rules. Like, maybe
What
this
does
is
it
why your
mean?
friend said that Christians are stupid. Because like when we talk about like comparisons or analogies, y'all tend to not understand them and or y'all play stupid. Because I know that you're really not stupid, right?
Well,
Y'all
the
play
reason.
stupid.
Okay, the reason I'm
You
confused
said
is
that
because
your God is sovereign. You said that your God enforces the rules with his divine judgment, right? Like you're completely ignoring the fact that he militarized an entire group of people who he called his chosen and then sent them around to genocide people because he didn't like the way they were living. And he couldn't do it himself or didn't want to, I guess. But he used humans, right, to enact his divine judgment. And then he created this law, right, with 613 laws. And some of those laws required death penalties. And it wasn't your God that initiated those death penalties, was it?
well, was it God that initiated the death penalties when He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah?
No, it wasn't.
So it was a
He
human.
used angels. He used
He used,
angels to do it.
are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Are you
Like he
sure?
rained down, he sent two angels there. Do you not remember the two men
But
that were there?
does it say they were angels?
Well, I don't think they're angels. That's what Christians say. I
No, I'm
think they were
saying
humans.
Does the Bible says it was angels?
No, it doesn't. It
So
says
why are
that they
you?
were two men. Again, hello. That's what Christians say. I'm just using your Christian doctrine. I think they were men. I think they were humans.
So when it says that it rained down fire and brimstones from heaven, you're saying that I'm confused.
But the angels initiated that.
But
And then
who's
your
raining
God
down
came, and
fire
then
and brimstone?
Aaron, your God
What about the
came down
flood?
here. Aaron, your God came down here. Now let's hold on. Let's for a second. Let's talk about the flood. Now, when we talk about floods and earthquakes,
You didn't
and
walk right into that one.
no, yeah, Aaron, Aaron, when we talk about floods and earthquakes and tornadoes and things like that, that's the universe. That's the way the universe works. Now you
Not according
can't
to Christians.
hold on. You can't question the universe, can you?
I disagree.
You can't look at a hurricane and say, "Why did you kill my son? Why did you take my house? Why did you flood my car?" You can't do that. You can't
Yeah, well,
you can't
I'm talking
Aaron,
about the
stop cutting
flood
me off.
in.
Aaron, stop cutting me off. We can
I'm
have a good
sorry.
conversation,
I
okay?
thought we was having a conversation. Sorry.
And all of y'all say that. So like I keep finding reasons why your friend would say that Christians are stupid. Because for some odd reason, whenever I say, "Hey, don't cut me off, don't interrupt me," y'all all say, "I thought we was having a conversation." As if you think that having a conversation is both of y'all talking at the same time. And it makes me wonder how you even hear the voice of your Lord because it's supposed to be a still small voice. But if you're always talking and you're talking at the same time, your God is talking, I don't think you can hear him because this is how most Christians think conversations work is that both people talk at the same time. It's kind of odd to me. But again, the way I see it, right, is the universe has laws. The universe does things, right? The sun rises every day, right? Um, when there is a hurricane, no one can question the hurricane. No one can stop a hurricane. No one can stop a tornado. No one can stop a tsunami, right? That's nature, right? But when you say divine judgment for rules that involve humans, that involve people who you as Christians believe have free will, and then you say that your God is sovereign over those entities, and yet he can rule them and enforce them without being there, that I have not seen. Hence the reason why your God used humans to write a book to communicate to you what his so called laws were and to communicate to you that he created these laws, right? And so your God created 613 laws. And out of those 613 laws, some of them required the death penalty. But is it your God enacting the death penalty?
Was that a question for me to answer?
And see, y'all all do that. I'm starting to see what Theologos was talking about.
I was asking Gene
I
because
know, because you don't know if it was your turn to speak, right? And you just don't want to interrupt.
no, I was just clarifying.
Mhm. Are you? Is there anybody else on the stage with you?
That's okay. So you can just say yes or no or
No, I don't have to. Like common sense, Aaron.
yeah.
Common sense says if I ask a question and there's only one other person on this stage, that question was for you.
Cool. So now I have clarity on that. I'll answer your question. Um, yes. God is the author of life. He has the complete authority to judge however he wants to judge.
I don't think I asked that question, Aaron.
You didn't ask a question about God judging with the death
Aaron,
penalty?
I did not. Aaron, and see, y'all don't know how conversations work. The other part of the conversation, if you're not going to be talking while I'm talking, when I'm talking, Aaron, you should be actively listening. That's how conversations work. Okay? I did ask a question, Aaron, and the question I asked was regarding the 613 laws that your God created to rule over humans who Christians believe have free will, to rule over entities, right? Sentient entities. And some of those laws have death penalties. And my question again is, who enacted those death penalties? Was it your God?
Yes, God enacted them.
So your God, when people committed adultery and those people were to die, your God killed them?
Ask the question again.
When people committed adultery according to the law and those people were sentenced to death, your God carried out the death penalty on them.
Yeah.
How,
God
can you
carried out
point
the
me?
death penalty.
Sure. Can you point me to that where he did that?
Ezekiel 18:4.
Sure. Let's pull this up. Who did he execute for adultery in Ezekiel 18?
You just go there and read it.
Oh, you don't want to. I'm gonna pull it up on the screen so we can all read it, but you don't
Mhm.
want to tell me.
You can just read it. It's there. I don't need
Okay,
to.
sure. Sure. Give me just a second. I think my Wi-Fi is acting up. Is it the whole chapter, or do I need to like go to the specific verse, Aaron? Which one?
No,
Is
you
it the
can
whole chapter, or is there a specific verse?
just read 1 through 4.
1 through 4. Give me just a second. Oh, guys, I might have to do a restart after I'm done with Aaron, because my computer is like I can barely even tap on anything, and then it keeps buffering. All right, there you go. So it says, the word of the Lord came to me. What do you mean by repeat? God, this, Aaron, like, why do you want to play around? Like, why do you want to play around with me? This has fucking nothing to do with execution or adultery. Like,
If you
why do you,
read, just skip the
why,
verse
why do
4.
you, why do you want to be disrespectful
Just
to
skip
me?
the verse 4. That's all.
That has nothing to do with your God executing the death penalty for adultery. Absolutely nothing.
So you want something in reference directly to adultery? It doesn't make any sense.
That's what the fuck I asked you for, Aaron. Again, you just keep on showing why Theologos thinks Christians are stupid.
Yeah, I actually am really confused because your original claim, which I have it here verbatim, if you want me to read it back,
What was my original claim, Aaron?
and I quote, you ask if God carries out the death penalty. That was the question you asked. You said if
Sure. Hold on, Aaron.
carry
Let's play
out the
this
death
back.
penalty.
Hold on, Aaron. Now, I'm a pretty smart person. I'm a pretty smart person and I record every conversation. So
Okay.
let's play it back, okay?
All right, go ahead.
Sure. Penalty for adultery. You want to be disrespectful.
Just skip the verse 4. That's all.
Just oh, guys, I might have this burden. You want to miss
Ezekiel.
with that.
Yes, God enacted.
And some of those laws are huge that your God created. Okay? I did ask a question, Aaron. And the question I asked was regarding the 613 laws that your God created to rule over humans who Christians believe have free will, to rule over entities, right? Sentient entities. And some of those laws have death penalties. And my question again is, who enacted those death penalties? Was it your God?
There it is. Yes, God enacted them.
So your God, when people committed adultery and those people were to die, your God killed them?
Ask the question again.
When people committed adultery according to the law and those people were sentenced to death, your God carried out the death penalty on them.
Yeah.
How,
God
can you
carried out
point
the
me?
death
There it
penalty.
is. Sure. Can you point me to that where he did that?
Ezekiel 18:4.
Sure. Let's pull this up. Who did he execute for adultery in Ezekiel 18?
You just go there and read it.
So do you want to apologize to me, Aaron? Or are you still confused because Christians don't understand what words mean?
No, because if you read Ezekiel 18:4, it answers the question.
It has nothing to do with your God executing the death penalty for someone who
Can you
committed
read it first before you come to
adultery.
that conclusion?
Did your God when your God says that if a child, if a parent
This is
sins,
embarrassing.
no, yes, you should be embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed. You should just read it.
The very fact that you're not embarrassed makes me embarrassed for you.
You shouldn't be
So I'm
embarrassed.
going to ask the question within the confines of your limited Christian mind. If a parent commits a sin, then that parent shall die. Correct?
Where are you reading it from?
Aaron, did you graduate high school?
I'm asking where are you reading that from?
Aaron, do you understand what Ezekiel 18:4 is saying?
Yes, dude. That's why I took you there.
Oh my fucking God. Do you not understand when he asked Ezekiel, what does it mean by repeating this proverb concerning the land of Israel? The parents have eaten sour grapes and the children's teeth are set on edge. As I live, says the Lord God, this proverb shall no more be used by you in Israel. Know that all lives are mine, the life of the parent as well as the life of the child is mine. It is only the person who sins who shall die. Like, do you not understand what that's saying?
Yeah, I understand exactly what it's saying.
So then you should understand my question then, correct?
Do you want me to explain it to you? Because I don't think
No,
you
then you should understand my question. If a parent sins and that parent is deemed to death, does your God carry out the death sentence himself?
Yes, it's proving my point.
So your God, if a parent commits adultery, okay, and the death penalty for the penalty for adultery is death, your God kills them himself?
What do you mean he kills them himself? What are you
Oh
talking
my
about?
fucking God.
His judgment kills
I
them.
don't how
His
is
judgment kills them.
Theologos friends with you?
If I say
I remember talking to Theologos and he was at least, even when he was a Christian, he was at least a little bit intelligent. Like, how is he friends with you?
I just think you're not willing to communicate right now.
Sure.
It's clearly it's showing you, it's answering your question. You just don't want it to answer your question.
What am I asking you,
Do you see
Aaron?
how calm and collected I am right now? It's because I'm
I don't
answering your
give a
question.
fuck. I don't care how come you are. What am I asking you? What is the question that I'm asking you?
You're asking me about the death penalty as it pertains to adultery, correct?
And what else? What's the
Is
other
that
part of the
correct?
question? What's the other part of the question, Aaron?
Restate the other part of the question.
Why should I have to do that? Like, are you not actively listening,
No,
Aaron?
I just want to make sure I'm right.
Like, you're not, because you haven't stated it. And if I have to repeat it, it means you don't know it.
Okay. Well, could you repeat it?
No. Aaron, I think that Theologos is correct. And I think that I didn't have anything to do with Theologos deconstructing. I think you did. I think conversations with you served as a mirror for Theologos. And he decided he didn't want to be like you. He decided that you are stupid.
Did he want to be like you?
And that made him, no, he doesn't want to be like me. He
Okay.
doesn't want to be like you. And that made him deconstruct. Because this conversation here, like Aaron, you're in your picture, you're dressed well, like very well, right? Like
I've answered
you
your
look like
question
that
directly,
you look
and
like
you're
you're
like
very, you look like
derailing the
you could be
conversation.
educated. You look like you could be educated, but I don't, I highly doubt that you are, and I think your teachers didn't like having conversations with you either, so they just fucking passed your ass. But this is a waste of time.
Okay.
All
So
right.
you
Yep.
want to move me
Goodbye.
down? Or?
Yep. No, let yourself down, Aaron. Now you do know how to do that, right?
But you do know that that answered your question, though, right? And you
Okay.
just
If
derailed
that's
from
what you
the.
believe, I'll let you believe that. Do you know how to exit? Exit means to leave. It's EXIT, and it means to leave, Aaron. Do you know how to do that?
You don't want to continue the conversation?
Uh, Words mean words. Leave, Aaron.
All right. Well, I'm glad I was able to teach you a few things about
Oh,
Christianity.
good. Yep, you did. You
But
taught me and about 400 people about Christianity. That was the most ignorant motherfucker that I have talked to in a long ass time. Eric Williams,
Uh,
y'all. Did you
I'm
come
just
up on
listening.
accident? Okay.
Yeah, I just came on accident.
All right, I'll take you down. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you, man.
Hmm. Y'all, I don't know why my computer is moving so slow. I can barely click on anything. Ugh. I hate that I'm gonna have to do a reset. It just keeps reconnecting. I don't know if that's Xfinity doing this shit. Banana helmet.
Yeah.
Give me just a second. I'm gonna disconnect my Wi-Fi and reconnect it. Okay. Just 1 second.
Okay.
1 second.
I think host had to go poop. I think the Wi-Fi was a bunk excuse. I think she said she was disconnecting her Wi-Fi and reconnecting it. Is the screen black for only you? That's racist. I'm white. I'm up here too. You are being smited for your blasphemy. Okay, we'll say a prayer for you. Best of luck. That you didn't pay your broke ass didn't pay your Wi-Fi bill? I think it is funny.